What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun NFL Week 9 Thursday Night Football recap. It was a really high-scoring game, really entertaining. Hope you guys liked the video. And, of course, good game. Let's get right into it, though. It was a slugfest. An offensive one.
Offense go to Colts. Wow. Taylor's gone. Jonathan Taylor. Goodbye. Touchdown.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Fun NFL. We got the Week 9 Thursday Night Football recap. We got the Colts hosting the Jets. This game was an offensive explosion throughout the whole game. Yeah, the Jets were down by they were down by a lot. They outscored the Colts in the fourth quarter, 20-3. Though it was an absolute slugfest. Though both defenses were awful at some points in the game. Jets defense couldn't stop the run the whole game. Their offense was good. They just turned it over a couple of times. The Colts, they were relentless. Their defense wasn't great in the fourth quarter at all. They were pretty bad. The Jets' pass defense wasn't awful the whole game. They just weren't great. But either way, you could see the difference between you couldn't really see the difference between Mike White and Josh Johnson though, because Josh Johnson played like a good starting quarterback. Yeah, the Colts defense isn't anything special right now. It's a good defense, but they're not playing like it. Xavier Rhodes was burnt toast again for a couple reasons. I won't get into that because that's film, which I'll talk about in a little while. Either way, Josh Johnson went 27 of 41, 317 yards and 3 touchdowns and a pick. The pick was a bad pass. I wasn't surprised. He's not a starting quarterback for a reason, but he had a really good game other than that. Mike White started off really hot, then he broke his elbow or something. Screwed up his arm, his throwing arm. He's going to be out probably. I hope he's back next week. I doubt it, though. Yeah, Josh Johnson ran the ball a little. They didn't really run the ball, though. I said run the ball and throw the ball over the middle of the red zone. They did that. It really worked. I like what they did. Elijah Moore, other than he had a big touchdown, he had another big touchdown over the middle. Ty Johnson had a huge catch. It was like a 25-yard gain. And then he just caught another one. It was a good game for him receiving 2 big plays. Either way, if I was going to give them, I'll give them an underscore. They put up 30 points, but they had to play catch-up with a third-string quarterback. You're not going to win games doing that. They got blown out. It was garbage time. You got to remember that, too. But the Colts' defense was not good in garbage time. They were absolutely blowing out the Jets. The Jets woke up a little. I don't really know what it's other to say. It was garbage time, but it was actually a pretty good game. The Jets defense forced turnovers, and no, they just sucked. They were just manhandled. It wasn't just that. It was just the fact that they're big time players. Quentin Williams was getting through blockers. John Franklin Myers, same thing. But it was just they were there, and it was on the other side. Like it was really inconsistent with John Franklin Myers, though. He didn't shed a block at the wrong time. Shaq Lawson was awful. The edge was awful. They could not set the edge at all. Wentz really didn't get pressured. Yeah, they got 1 sack. John Franklin Myers had a nice sack. Other than that, though, it was awful. Their defense was terrible. Yeah, it didn't help that their best defensive player, in my opinion, Marcus May, got hurt in the first quarter. He was basically keeping the run defense in a line, and then it got all out of shape when he left and LaMarcus Joyner came in. Nothing against LaMarcus Joyner. He just didn't really know what he was doing. So yeah, the Jets didn't play a great game. Let's put it that way. Either way, they fall to 2-6. Colts are 4-5. For the Colts, opposite run the ball. Carson Wentz can't make any bad decisions. Here's the thing: Jonathan Taylor only had 19 carries. He had 172 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. If they can keep this up, where Jonathan Taylor doesn't have to go over 20 carries, Jonathan Taylor's the back where you don't want to give him a lot of carries because he is absolutely very efficient. You can't give him a lot of carries, and here's why. Running backs in this day and age, the best in the NFL, get hurt. And here's why. If you give them too many touches and carries, other than maybe Alvin Kamara, these guys will wear down. Alvin Kamara doesn't wear down because he's a receiver and he doesn't take that many big hits. There's a lot of things he does that other guys, frankly, can't do, like Derrick Henry. He just doesn't have that skill set. Christian McCaffrey is a little different, too, because they're relying on him. The Saints don't have to rely on him. Either way, Jonathan Taylor, love what they're doing with him. This is the only way he's gonna be able to have such a success, to be able to be one of the best running backs in the NFL in this day and age. Yeah, either way, Carson Wentz, put it this way, he didn't really have to do a lot, and as a result, he did his job. 22 of 30, 270 yards, 3 touchdowns. Nothing impressive. He had one crazy touchdown. Other than that, it wasn't great. It wasn't even that good of a pass. It was just wide open. So, yeah, their offense gets a plus. They ran the ball the best any teams ran it this year. Gotta admit. It was just big run after big run. There was a couple stuffs, but it was just really inconsistent by the Colts. And Pittman had a pretty good big game. Yeah, who was it? I think it was Danny Pinter who had the touchdown. Jack Doyle had the pitch one. But, defensively, they weren't great, but it was garbage time, too. Xavier Rhodes, oh my gosh, he was so bad. Like, yeah, he made, like, one play the whole game where I'm like, that wasn't awful. He wasn't great, though. He got burned by Elijah Moore a couple times, who, frankly, is not a good route runner. I should stop the run. They did that kind of. Like, it wasn't bad. And don't let the tight end. Yeah, they did make some plays, so that's a problem, too. I'll give them an underscore, though. They weren't absolutely putrid to where the points. They gave up 47 points. But it was to a back. It was garbage time. I'll give them that, too. Isaiah Rodgers is a really good returner, too. He's really fast. He's a really good returner. Those guys, they just have it. Either way, yeah, Colts defense needs to improve if they want to keep winning games. Either way, Colts put up 45. You're going to win if you do that. It's kind of hard not to. Either way, like and subscribe. Hope you enjoy. That was the Week 9 Thursday Night Football recap. We got Week 9 preview tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Either way, like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed.